I'm Psych Rewatch. I've been tweeting and rewatching Psych since the first Wednesday after Psych ended. I'm here with my friend Psych movie fans who has been asking and tweeting for a Psych movie and movies since the day after the finale.
We'd like to welcome the maybe 10, maybe 20 of you who are watching this today to our new YouTube channel. We're starting a series called Psych's Most Iconic Quotes from Each Episode. Today, we're going to do Season 1, Episodes 1 through 8. We don't know what each other picked. Most iconic could mean most memorable, most quoted, most significant to the episode or to the series. It could be funniest, or it could be like a special quote. We're going to get started. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so first we're going to do the pilot. This one, there was actually, I think we might have the same one, but there's like two, I feel like, possibilities of what I think you picked.
Okay.
My pick for the most iconic from the pilot is how many hats?
Oh, that's a good one.
What did you pick?
That is not what I picked.
Yep, that's my honorable mention.
Slice it up for the road.
The infamous James Roday Rodriguez improv. I almost would have picked that for number one, but I felt like how many hats is just really significant in setting up the show, the relationship with Shawn and his dad. Should I slice this up for the road? I feel like it became a big thing with the series and with the fans, obviously the pineapple. I was thinking you might pick that one, but I went with the hats.
Yeah, so my honorable pick was Shawn and Gus at the end when Gus is like, you named your fake detective agency Psych. Why don't you just call it, hey, we're fooling you and the police department. Hope we don't make a mistake and someone dies because of it. And Shawn's like, first of all, that's entirely too long. And I thought that because it sets up the whole show.
Yeah.
So maybe I should have done it reverse, but the pineapple is so iconic for Psych. So next will be Spelling Bee, episode 2. Spelling Bee was actually the first episode I ever watched. I missed the pilot. So I always thought Maggie Lawson was in the show until I randomly saw the pilot a few years later. Okay, so mine is banana.
Ding, ding, ding.
I just love it because it's so funny. And anytime someone says banana now, like I go through the whole speech of, can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah.
And you know that kid was so excited that was the word they got.
The Anna Banana would like to hear Venus by Bananarama.
Right.
Banana.
My honorable mention was Juliet and Shawn when they first met, because it kind of sets up that, and it's him saying, excuse me, you're in your seat, and she's like, am I? Are you one of those compulsives who come into the same restaurant and eat at the same chair? And then he points out he had already been there, like that was his juice and that was his snake wrapper and everything. Yeah. I like that whole conversation.
My honorable mention was just the first meeting with Juliet coming into the show. I had watched the pilot. She was new, but I mean, there'd only been one episode without her, so it pretty much feels like she's there the whole time too. So.
Right.
I think the next two were tough for me to like pick an real iconic quote. Episode 3 is "Speak now or forever hold your peace." This one I just picked because it's just something that I just visualize. I feel like I can't remember if this one's in the credits or I've just seen the GIF a lot. But I just picked when Gus says, I just got a lap dance from Patrick Swayze.
So that's actually my honorable mention, though. That's not mine, but that's my honorable mention.
Oh, the cat.
Yeah, Mrs. Pickles. And then he's like, it can't even be a boy cat? No, that wouldn't go for my purposes. She's going to have babies.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then it's fitting for me because I foster cats now, so it makes sense. So episode 4, woman seeking dead husband, smokers only, no pets. That was a very long title. For me, for this episode, it was a little harder. I think this is the one most quoted when people know that you're watching this episode. And it's, dude, you need to stop picking 3. What did you go with?
When Shawn says, I'm not a mind reader.
That's my second pick. That's my honorable mention.
And Gus says, no, that's just what you tell everybody.
Yeah, that's seriously my honorable mention.
I did have something I wrote down on that one for an honorable mention, though. When Shawn's having the seance and Gus is like, you can't do that. And he's like, there's no rules against having a seance. Anyone can have one. And it's like a garage sale or plastic surgery.
Yeah, I totally almost picked that too. It was like if I had a third, but I was like, that's too many.
My pick for 9 Lives is, well, I could pick probably any of the cat quotes, but the one I wrote down is, the cat is not my new partner, Gus. Don't be ridiculous. And Gus said, then tell me again why the cat gets to ride shotgun. That's funny. You picked that one. Out of all the cat quotes, we picked the same one.
I know. What was your second?
I do have an honorable mention. I just want to shout out the Dazzle and Stretch Dazzle and Stretch song that Shawn did.
Yes. Oh, that should have been my honorable mention, but my honorable mention is, ooh, Gus, good news, shower for 2. Just because it's so funny. Like, Gus's face, Dazzle and Stretch was great.
I think it's time to bring the Dazzle and Stretch back.
So episode 6 was Weekend Warriors. This was a great episode that I need to watch more, actually. I went with, there's a Lieutenant Crunch to see you. Crunch? Actually, I've been promoted to, it's Captain Crunch. Yeah.
Totally. That's very iconic to the episode in the series.
Do you have a second place for that?
I have an honorable mention to Henry's watch inscription that says, don't lose.
That, because he didn't want to pay all the extra numbers for the letters. That's a good one. I did. Is that Lassiter? Yes, it is. What died on his face? It's not really iconic, but it was really funny.
That one is funny. The next one is episode 7, Who You Gonna Call? When Shawn says, good morning, detectives, collecting donations for the policeman's ball. And Lassiter's response, we don't have balls. And then, of course, Shawn saying, I honestly have no response to that.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the most iconic back and forth between like the whole series.
Yeah. And definitely see people quote that one quite a bit.
So my honorable mention is when Gus and Shawn are talking and Gus is trying to explain why he wants Shawn to take the case. And he's telling him when he was little, he heard the voice in the wall.
Oh, yeah.
When I asked her name, my name is Wilting Flower. I died not knowing love. Will you be my friend? And I thought it was iconic because it shows their relationship.
Our last one.
Shawn versus the Red Phantom. There were some good ones, but I actually only picked one for this one. Wait, actually I picked 2. The blueberries are still wrong. I requested North Carolina blueberries and they sent me Michigan blueberries. People say I'm crazy, but I can tell the difference.
I didn't write it down, but that would probably be my honorable mention on that one.
Can I take it? Is it Magic Head?
Yes.
Yeah. But I was tied between those 2.
I seem to remember James telling, or no, maybe it was Dulé, telling the story of James calling him and telling him to come to set so that he could do like the magic head thing.
So I get to set, and then he goes, oh wait, Dulay's here. Yeah, can you just come up on stage and just stand there and I'm gonna use your head as a magic head.
I want to thank our 10 viewers for checking out our video.
I like your optimism.
Oh, my optimism. Okay, there's probably like 5 for checking out our first video of the most iconic quotes from each episode of Psych. We're hoping to have the second episode in a week. Season 1, episodes 9 through 15. Let us know what you think in the comments or over on Twitter at Psych Movie Fans or at Psych Rewatch.
I'd leave a comment with what you chose or why we're right or why we're wrong.
We will see you guys next time.